Good afternoon and welcome to Edgewater Health Mind, Body, and Spirit Wellness Program. I am Latanya Woodson, the Director of Community Health Education right here at Edgewater Health. And today we have a special edition just for you in honor and recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month. That's right. You see the green. You see it, and we're here servicing the community for 50 years. 50 years, Edgewater Health. Yes, let's clap it up and give it up. 50 years we have been working hard servicing the community, the great citizens of Gary, Indiana, and the surrounding communities of Northwest Indiana. And we're going to get right into our discussion this afternoon. You still have time to get here, 1100 West 6th Avenue, right here in Gary, because we're offering free massages. We have raffles, we have food, we have fun. We're going to have demonstration from the wonderful Jacqueline Fowler, founder and CEO of Stress Buster. She's going to be coming up momentarily, but again, I want to let you know you still have time to get your ticket, to get sponsorship opportunities. Even if you want a digital ad, contact me, call me, go on our website, edgewaterhealth.org, to get more information about our upcoming gala, which is scheduled for Saturday, June 1st at the beautiful, wonderful Doolin Falls, located in Chesterton. So on to our presentation. Finding calm in chaos. Everyone goes through turbulent moments. Everyone goes through stressful moments. But when we get to the point where we're depressed, there's extended sadness, and we're going through something that we can't explain. Self-care. Before you come to Edgewater and talk to one of our therapists and counselors, we encourage self-care. Self-care, every day self-care is really good as far as your overall health. Well, Jacqueline Fowler, the CEO and founder of Stress Buster, she's here to offer information and valuable information that's going to help you with your mental health. Before I bring her on, let me give you a little information about Miss Fowler. Jacqueline Fowler is a dedicated professional with extensive expertise. She is a certified holistic alternative psychology practitioner, mental health coach, community health worker, and peer support professional, as well as a licensed massage therapist. She has owned and operated Stress Busters Inc. since 1974, and she has toured with entertainers, comedians, models, and talk show hosts as a stress manager. I would love to know more information about those comedians and entertainers. Jacqueline is also a valued member of the Indiana Health Equity Committee. Before I bring Ms. Fowler on, I would like to recognize the Indiana Health Equity Council, Sincere Bank, and Haywood and Fleming Associates for helping to sponsor and recognize this month's event, Mind, Body, and Spirit. Miss Jacqueline Fowler, would you please give her a hand as we welcome her to the podium?
Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and we're going to have a good time. That's a part of stress management also. We're going to have a little music. We're going to have a little fire. We're going to have a demonstration of that Chinese fire that they put on your back. But first of all, let's talk about our subject. In 2020, it started and it has not stopped. The chaos is here. We're at war. The average person on the street are not aware that we're at war. When Israel's at war, the whole world is at war. When Israel hiccups, we all get the hiccup. This is chaos. But you know something? We're going to do like the people did that on I-65. I-65 is treacherous in the wintertime. Everybody living here knows that you have your tires and everything. But guess what they did with that wind? They put windmills. Do you see them, the little white things? They harness that chaos. They harness that energy. And somebody's getting cheap electricity. Go over in Poland. The Dutch people, you know the Dutch people with those windmills? They had water that was coming at them, all types of, water falling. So what did they do? They took that chaos, that water, and you've seen the little windmills, you've seen them, right? They harness the energy. So when you, when your life is confused, when there's confusion around you, the first thing you try to do is when something's happening to you, what is your first thought? Will somebody please tell me? Who wants to volunteer? What was that? You start praying. That's very good. Now, who in here would like to reduce stress? Just get all the stress out of your life. Okay. Now, is there someone here who does not want to remove all stress from their life? Well, that's going to be the big question because I should have had someone raise their hand. So before this is over, I would like for everyone to stop and think about it. The opposite of stress is what? If you answer that question for me, that's the big question. The opposite of stress, what is it? Calmness, peace, happiness, those are all good things. Can I get some more calmness, peace, happiness, joy, de-stress? All good things, but let me tell you what it really is. If you want all stress to be out of your life, do you know what we call that in the medical field? Death. You are dead. Yes, you are. So we do not want to eliminate all stress because when you're waiting on your significant other to come, that's a little stress. You don't want to eliminate that. When you started getting your nails did, as they say, when you're getting your hair done, that's stress, believe it or not. When you are trying to go to bed and you're getting I use a CPAP machine, y'all. That's stress. So you can see how we don't want to eliminate the stress. In fact, we want to harness the stress. Now, we're not talking about everyday stress like I just mentioned. I'm talking about for real stuff. We're on the streets, and it's dangerous on the streets now. I'm 76 years old. It was not as dangerous when I was a little girl. So everyone have a little packet I gave them, a gift. And in that gift packet, you have a whistle. And if you don't have it, she's got them there, and we got them there. Everyone, it's a whistle. Now, let me tell you how you can de-stress. Let's say you have an accident or you fall or something. Your voice is not, you can't scream. Or you in a situation where you see somebody that's behind you and you don't want to scream. Did you know you can blow that whistle? A dog will hear that whistle and he will come. He's often with a walker. Somebody's walking him. He's not out there by himself. So you see, if you would put that on your key ring, always have a whistle on your key ring. I even have whistles for little children. Someone will hear you. Your car flip over. Someone will hear you. That's taking the stress off of you. Now, underneath everyone's seat is a slip of paper. Pick up that slip of paper. And if you hear me say that word, you can raise your hand. I probably have said that word. In fact, some people have said that word. That's going to get you a bigger gift when this is over. You're going to turn that in for a gift, okay? Now, when we want to think about, she raised her hand. And what is your word? What is the word? The word is think. Yeah. So when people think, they say this is mental. That's mental. Okay. When you feel, Those are feelings. But I am not about that. I am a stress manager. I deal with the body. So what am I doing up here? Stress is all up in the head. Well, not really. Do you see Think walking around anywhere? Where's Think? She's got Think. It's a piece of paper. But do you know where it's contained? It's contained in your brain somewhere. Okay? Pain. Well, pain is somewhere on that floor. Okay, she's got pain. Okay. When you have pain, you cannot touch it. You can tell me about it. I can, we can talk about it. You can cry. You cannot touch it, but I can touch it. A massage therapist, we can touch it. I can actually feel your pain. You don't have to tell me what's wrong with you. All you have to do is get on my table. I will have observed you before you got up there. By the time I go over your body, I can tell you where your backache is. I had a massage therapy company. In fact, one of my clients is here. She says she used to come. I was on a truck stop. Yes, I was. I was on a truck stop. I did not go in business to go out of business. I went in business to stay in business. And she can attest that we had drivers. The companies would send them from all over to come by our place. Now, those drivers had learned because I'm a trigger pointer, that we would hurt you and you would scream and holler. They would tell you when you come, don't tell her where it hurt, don't tell her where it hurt, because the people would be hollering. It didn't matter. I could feel the pain. I knew if their back hurt. Now, think about a truck driver and think about yourself. If your back is hurting, where would you normally go to get rid of it? What would you do to yourself to get rid of that backache? She should massage the back and she would go to the doctor, chiropractor, all of the back, the chiropractor. The chiropractor is a bone person. Now, if you were to come to me and you told me your back hurt or I felt it, I wouldn't touch your back. I would go to your leg. I would go to your leg and I would stay there, and I guarantee you would not have a backache. You see? Now, if you say to me, my lower along the side is hurting. We often get that tension and that tightness. Where would you go to get rid of that? That stress on your side. Where you gonna get a gift. You remind me. You remind me that you got that. Most people would not realize. You would go into that stomach very deeply, and we would trigger point it out, and we would get rid of your backache. So you see, when you think about massage therapy and you think about mental health, the things that bother you mentally, you cannot touch them. You can take a pill, but it's gonna still be there. It's not gonna totally go away. But when you take care of yourself and take care of yourself first, put your oxygen mask on first, because if you don't, you will pass out before you can put it on your child, on your husband, so you take care of you first. That is where we are failing as a nation. We are in a chaotic situation. It is not going to get any better. See, I'm a religious girl, y'all. I know what the Bible said. This not going away. We're in it now. But we're going to harness it. We're going to harness this energy. We're going to figure out a way to get through this. And some of the ways that we're going to figure out, I'm going to show you how you can do this when you can't get to us. We would like for you to come and get a massage. We have a massage therapy for Gary, Indiana. You've never seen one before. No, you have not. We got one, 3425 169th Street. And by the way, all the therapists sort of look like you, you know? And that's not unusual. Everybody likes somebody who look like them. You know, all of us, we all look alike. But when you cannot get to us, you have gadgets in your home. You don't know what they're for, but they can help you and get you out of trouble. So we're going to show you how. First of all, What do you think this is for? She said to sit on. Okay, very good. Anybody else want to take a guess? She said chin. Did you say neck? Okay, necklace. Okay, I got you. Okay, okay. Look at it. Look where it fits. And you lay down. This gives your neck a rest. It is a massage therapy, but oftentimes when you come home, you notice that we lose that little curve. If your neck is just straight, you are going to have a neck pain. Now you've seen this, and some of you have been putting your jewelry on it. Some of you have been putting your feet on it. Yeah, the leg on. You just told me what you did, but if you go in your house, you're going to find out you have something very similar. It is to cradle your neck. Okay, that is what it is. All right, and when you lay on that and just calm down. Just calm down. In fact, all of you have, I think you got when you walked in, you had these mats. Anybody not have one? Okay. What I would like for you to do, Khadijah is going to give you what we call a sound bath. And I'm going to tell you how you can duplicate it, not quite like her. When you deal with a sound bath, it is better if the operator is right there with you because that bowl is bouncing off of us. It's bouncing off that metal. It's bouncing off of things. But I'm going to show you where you can duplicate it. Now, if you want to put that on, let's calm down a little bit because I know I have upset you guys. You can put that on your eyes. And I would like for you just to do whatever you do. You can take your hands up in the air and Khadijah will begin her sound bath. I will keep quiet because I want you to feel the vibration. And breathe in and out very slowly. And she's going to bring us out of it. and you will remove your mask. Yes, in order to live and to function properly. You have met some people on your job. Normally, when I do a demonstration or anything, I put monkeys on the back, and if somebody said, "Don't touch me," they get 2, 3 monkeys. I pin them to their back. And you know that you have to get, and every human on the face of this earth, sleep. There you go. She got it. All the answers, and somebody got it. Okay. So you're going to turn that in for a gift. You must get sleep. That is something that we think about. Well, we know that is physical as well as mental. You know, see, mind, body, spirit sounds real good. I like that. But it should be mind, spirit, body. The body holds everything that happens to you. If you do not get sleep, and if you're having a problem with sleep, you should visit a massage therapist because we can show you how to go to sleep. We can, we have places that we press on your body. We will bring the shoulders. You see people with their shoulders like this, and you say, why they stand like that? Their shoulders are locked. We need to bring this off of the neck because it's pushing up on the back of the cerebellum and you can't go to sleep. You can also use that because one of you mentioned that it blocks out all other noise. Go to YouTube, put in singing bowl, sound bath. Choose the ones that you like. However, I can tell you something about them. They're not quite like it when someone is actually in your presence with the bowl. If you take those bowls into a closed room, we will put you into a deep sleep. And if we massage you, I have had clients, truck drivers, that had to make it out to California with all those pretty shoes and stuff that you wear. You know, I went to the people that I knew needed my services. I would put them to sleep and they could not wake up. So we just have to leave them there. But we worked for Flying J, and Flying J cared about its people. Now, we know about the massage therapy, but there are some things that really will help us. I'm a trigger pointer. I go deep. I can touch all the way to your back by just touching one spot on you. But we have a demonstration with, oh, you just gonna get all the gifts. She just loading them up, loading them up. Before we go to Bobby, while he gets himself together, he's going to give you a demonstration with fire. I want to tell you about one thing that's really a problem, everybody. It's a problem. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Let me tell you this story. Many of you know about this story. It's very popular. There was a man, a king, in fact, and somebody owed him what was, I think, would come to $6 million. And this man begged that king to please forgive him. He could not pay it. The king forgave him. This man walked out and he got a man who owed him $16. And in that day and in that country, you could put someone in jail for 5 years for not paying you back money. 5 years. And as the story goes, that man that had been forgiven that huge debt put that man in jail for 5 years. Check the story. You don't see the man getting out. Check that story. He did not get out of jail. Are you holding somebody in jail for 5 years for a minor infraction against you? Because if you are, you in jail too. Because you know what that king did? When he heard about it, he said, get that man and throw him into prison. So when you hold someone else in prison for a minor infraction, you're in prison too. Because number one, you got to keep them there. Every time you see them, you got to think about it in order to keep them there. Do you know that that will wear you out? Did you know you can have a heart attack depending on how deep you are carrying that stress? Forgive the person. Forgive us our debt as we have forgiven our debtors, because it will wear you out and you can't do anything about it. Now, that is second on the list to sleep, I think. Harboring that type of thing, the Bible tells you it is your heart. So there's one more thing, and then Bobby, you will be ready for it. That is called touching. During the pandemic, we stopped touching. I, I really love my job, and I do my job. I have my shirt on, so if I'm walking up to you in the mall, you don't think nothing about me. She's stress busted. And I'm watching, and I'm saying, when's the last time you touched your baby? The little kid stands like, we stopped touching during COVID. If you do not touch a child, if you do not touch members of your family, will begin to see discord in that family. You see, this is about mental health, but you see how touching, when have you ever had somebody just put their hand on the shoulder, honey, while you tell that story? They aren't doing much. They're massaging, believe it or not. Any form of touch, because we have that little tight, light touch. If you've had a death in the family or something, we have that light touch, and that is for death. And remember that you can never eliminate all stress from your life or even reduce it to a manageable level because there are some things that happen that you have no control over. People die, divorces, people get cancer in your family, and it takes a long time. See, these are things that you are not going to be able to control, so harness it. Take the chaos and say, oh, I'm stuck in this traffic jam. All right, let me pray. See, that's your time with God. And if it happened to be a long time when you had a long time with God, see, harness it. Don't ever let anything happening. You're going through a divorce. Okay, think about the freedom you can have. Me, I went through a divorce after 30 years. And guess what? I met Miss Rita Franklin and all them people during that time. Oh, I traveled. I took it and I harnessed it. The first thing I told her and the people that were with her, I'm going through a divorce after 30 years married. She, so you're free to travel? Yes, I am. And you see, I harness that. And the rest is history in my life. I don't do a lot of name calling because you don't want your, what's the people, the plastic surgeon and your massage therapist. Those are two people you don't want to talk. You don't even want them to have a camera. So I'm like that. But everybody knew the relationship that she and I had, and other people in her entourage. I have to tell you that because I was actually closer to other people in her entourage. So, but the thing about it is you can't do anything about it. So I'm not, advocating divorce or anything, but it happens. But then think about it. Okay, I can go do whatever I want. And yes, they need to keep moving. Yes, right. If you keep your mind active, you can survive almost anything because stress to get inside of your mind, it will begin to go into your shoulders, into your neck. You will lose happy and you will begin to hurt. I'm calling out words, guys, that are on those papers. Now, let's go a little deeper into the body. We're going to have a demonstration by Mr. Bobby Hanna. He's going to be an acupuncturist. He will be a doctor, everybody, but boy, he still got to go through a long time. That's a long time. So if you'd like to stand, which we should at some point, let's observe him do let him tell you what it is and what it's about.
Like face down. Then press your arms across the calves. There you go. Bring your body up a little. Okay, good. All right, we good?
Okay, right.
All right, so today I will be demonstrating what's known as fire cupping. Most people don't know what that is, but it's actually been around for over thousands of years that the Chinese have been using to get rid of a lot of like different muscle tension and pain in the body even cold, because they believe that when we suffer from illnesses, their illnesses are more so like, like the common cold, fevers, chills, and that can really get into the body and really cause disharmony within the body itself and even in the mind and the spirit as well. So today I will be performing what's called fire cupping, and pretty much I will be using this glass jar here, and I have my hemostat, and I have a cotton ball swab around the hemostat, and then I'm going to lift his shirt up first, just so we can get accurate with it. There we go. So here I'm dipping the cotton swab in alcohol, 91 proof, so that the flame will actually be able to catch onto the cotton swab as I put it inside of the glass jar here. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and light like this. So now we have fire. Alrighty, so what I like to do first is warm the cup up first, simply just by taking the flame and swirling it in there, because these glass jars are actually pretty cold. When you put a glass jar that's cold on the body, they tend to tense up real quickly. So by introducing them to like a warm cup, it makes it more easier to apply the cup onto the skin, as demonstrated. So here, I'm going to actually have the flame no more than maybe an inch to an inch and a half from his skin. So it will feel warm, but it will not burn him at all. And there it is. So now we have suction. So to explain how the suction took place, the flame, which meets inside of the glass jar, and it creates what's called a vacuum seal. So the vacuum seal is what's drawing all the skin, all the connective tissue that's underneath the fascia that you see visually, and even the layer of muscle that's underneath the fascia, so that we're able to get more blood flow into the muscle. That way we can reduce muscle tension. We also increase blood flow into the muscles and also dilate the capillaries of the arteries and veins. We also are bringing any pathogen up towards the surface that's been deeply into the muscles. Now, even when it comes to emotional trauma, we can also bring that up out of the body simply by doing fire cupping as well. So now what's taking place here is what we call discoloration or change in color of the skin, which the Chinese call the shaw. Now, when the shaw comes about, there's different colors. So you have bright red, which simply means that the area is warm and that the blood is flowing smoothly. When you have purple discoloration, it's more so of what's called blood stagnation. Now, blood stagnation could be due to emotional stress, um, trauma, injuries, sport injuries, and such. So this is beneficial in that way, and also it gives you better quality of sleep. It improves muscle tone and stability, and it also improves state of mind, and it also calms the heart and calms the mind as well. So I have the cup stationary, but you can also glide it and move it about. So in order to like for this to actually work properly, you want to move the cup slowly. So therefore, that is actually pulling the blood back and forth, and that's also bringing more of any pathogens, and it's releasing all that tension in those areas. So here, I'm just gonna place my hand here and causing a warming effect because of the flame that's captured inside of the jar itself. All right. So now we have some good shaw going, some good discoloration. So right now we have a little bit of dark blood here, which is some blood stagnation going on, and that tells me that there's tension and trauma in the muscle. All right. So now on removal, I'm simply just going to hold the cup in place like this, place my fingers here, and take it off. already. So I told you the benefits. So contraindication to fire cupping or any Western. If you also have high blood pressure, because this can raise. So simply just by using fire and suction, it actually raises everything up to the surface. So not only is going to the heart, but it's also going to the mind as well. Um, and if you are having issues like far as like any like different types of vitamin deficiencies, it can also be a contraindication as well. And it's also contraindicated in pregnancy as well. So now that is my demonstration of fire cupping. Are there any questions that you may have?
Well, can't find from there. Okay.
Actually, there isn't no limit to receiving cupping, just like it is with massage therapy care. So the form of the fire cupping or any type of Western medicine cupping is simply like receiving a massage. Except we're not, except the
And we
details.
are going to turn it over for questions, but remember, we are here to teach you to do things that you see us do. So what he just did, you will see this on the market. You will see, and this is what you will see. But he just told you that there are some people who cannot use it. He just told you the contraindications, okay? That means you cannot use it. Oh, these are the little electric things, girl. You put them on you, and they send that. The doctor oftentimes will make a prescription for it, the little tens unit. Oh yeah, well these are good. So you want to use those now. Before we go into the question, I'm gonna show you the biggie. Everybody's Facebook. I don't care where you are. There's a little ad, and it says $99 for this, right? Everybody, because it is good. Girl, let me tell you. Let me tell you, if you have neuropathy, and some of the people told me, so, oh no, Miss Fowler, put your hands on it. Just let it go up your arm. If you put anything between it. So this is what it looks like. And yes, it does work. And it's going to be here for you to try it. So I've already pumped these up. You guys will be able to try it. And one more thing that I want to talk to you about, because it may be on one of anxiety. Anxiety is not what's happening now. It is your future. Think about it. Anything you have anxiety about, it's in the future. So don't mess up your future. In the present, it's bad enough. And we have the checklist on the back. This checklist, I call it a bullet. The health department prints them out and gives them to you. This is what you take to your doctor. We have a doctor here at Edgewater, Dr. Ninja Kubi. Okay, Ninja Kubi. Dr. Ninja Kubi discovered something that I told me about something, gave me tests that I didn't even think. Black people don't take something that will help you with your anxiety. Now, after this is over, I'm going to teach you how to use all of this. But right now, what's on your mind? Ask questions about. Just about covered them. This right here. That's the way that went. Now, so that's what that is. And like I said, oh yeah, hey, girl, get y'all one of these. When you just want, this is for the airplane, by the way, but I use it to massage young children because they're not big enough for my chair. And so, girl, you be at your desk, you blow it up. Oh, Lord. What you're doing is you're stretching that back out because you're going to get up sometime from that desk. Look, you got to get up. I'm going to show you guys an exercise before we leave of why that hip hurts because it's the shin. I'm going to show you how to stretch that out to get rid of that problem because your butt and everything and just rest and cool or anywhere that you're going. If you're caught in traffic, just blow it up. Have one of them in your car. All right.
Let's give Miss Jackie Fowler a hand. If you could join me over here,
Okay.
I want you to get your questions out because we still have time to ask Miss Fowler questions. But some of the things that I wanted to um, place emphasis on that you brought out, and you said harnessing, stress, because we can't live without it. And I'm so happy when you first started, you said if you don't have stress in your life, it means what? You're
Dead.
dead. And many times we always want to just say,
Yeah.
even if you go, like you said, if you go get your hair done or getting ready for work every morning, stress.
I have a little grandchild that she just screaming and hollering, and everybody was upset. Her mother was upset, trying to go. I went over and grabbed her, put my arms around her, and we just screamed and hollered and rocked and screamed. I was screaming and hollering, and she was started laughing, and everybody was laughing. And my daughter-in-law is a teacher. She could not go to school stressed. But you see how I
Yeah.
said, let's get this little baby, and thus the whole house was literally falling out because grandma was screaming and hollering at the
Right.
baby.
And sometimes we have to be creative and use those techniques.
Yeah.
You know, when we have our family members, especially dealing with kids and babies, instead of being stressed out yourself, screaming and yelling and fussing at them, that's not answering the problem. So what other techniques can you give to us just with everyday techniques as
Okay.
far as getting up in the morning? What can we do to just kind of make our mornings a little bit more stress free?
I will use some of the things that I heard people say because that is what I do. It's all around. Now that is your first step, and you're going to feel mentally okay. I did that. God, me and you. That is putting you in a good place.
Hmm.
Then when you get out of bed, don't, please don't go to your phone. I know you want to do it. I had a PowerPoint. My grandson had got that PowerPoint together. I said, no, no, no. I pitched it. Some of the electronics have got to go. That is one thing we can do. And when you do it so early, when you get up, automatically you got that one text message from your boss or something. Well, your day is already ruined. So why would you
Hmm.
do? Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
And another one of
And
you
before
said
you go to
move.
bed,
Right. Oh,
don't check emails before you go to bed. I never check an email. And I know some people, that's a proud moment for them. They, wear that like a badge of honor. Yeah, I check my emails before I go to bed or as soon as I get up or when I get up in the middle of the night. No, that's stressful.
I'm in the business where I have a couple of phones, y'all. I have some phones I have to answer. I'm sorry. Those are people I have to answer it. I have to check the phone.
Hmm.
I had to buy these glasses. I actually bought the glasses that you could look at that light from the phone and it not destroy your night. Because I do have to. So, if you just got to, if you're running something, you know, sometimes with my therapist and all, sometimes I have to, hey, did everybody get that little text message? We got to be here tomorrow and we're going to be there for 8 hours. But buy the glasses if you feel you have to, but please don't do it because you're not going to get any sleep.
I also want to ask you when you're um, doing the massages, what type of kind of chemical is being released when a person is enjoying that? I know we're enjoying it, but there's something else that goes on that we maybe don't even know about. Could you explain that a little bit too? Because I read on that as well.
There's endorphins is what you're putting into your body. There are some more that probably Bobby, you can tell Bobby's taking acupuncture, and when he's doing that, there's something else that's being released. But there is a whole series of stress hormones. When we move our hand on you, we move in a certain way. We don't go around in a circle and like that. We move in a certain way, and we're kicking out the stress hormones, and we're also bringing some in that will help you. But basically, it depends upon the type of massage you're getting. If you want to go to sleep, you want to go home, you're going to get a different type of massage. If you want to get rid of pain, we have another massage. It's trigger pointing. If you just want to feel energized, there's a lot of tapping and a lot of things to bring about the energy. So all of the different hormones that are in your body is in some way impacted when we touch you. To let you know that that's true, someone you love can do that. Oh, you just start feeling and acting so silly and laughing and grinning and all that kind of stuff. Uh, they release the love hormone. You see? And if it's your grandchild or your child and they say, Mama, I love you, oh, you just start cooking up some cakes and all that kind of stuff. So you see, it works. It actually, touching you actually works. And that's why we want you to start touching. Touch your grandma. Oh, we had a hard time because we thought all of us was going to die during the pandemic. We did not stop and think that a lot of us had that. They found it in my blood. Doctor said you had it at some point. So start touching.
That's very important. We have gotten out of that, especially since the pandemic.
Oh, nobody's touching. I walk through the mall telling people touch, 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 touch. They think I'm crazy, but I always have my shirt on so they don't think I'm crazy.
So, how can they, if anyone wants your services, how can they contact you? Also, insurance or
Okay.
what options as far as payment is concerned? Because I know a lot of times some people may think it's not in their budget, but what can you share as far as getting to your services? If there's other options as far as payment is concerned.
That is a good question because we gave away over 5,000 massages in the city of Gary in the last 2.5 years. I convinced Legacy Foundation, y'all, to pay us to give you free massages. How we did that, we do not know. But when she talk about budget, it's not that you don't have the money, but you have it budgeted for other things like food and shelter. Most insurance plans, we have to knock something off. If you're signed up with Humana and some of those plans, we don't charge you as much. Now, I can insurance bill. I know how to insurance bill a massage, but it's not called a massage. I do trigger pointing. I use ice pads, heat pads, and things like that. Now, butterfly touch. There's the owner right there. This is the way. Step over here, butterfly touch. You mind if you come over? Because butterfly touch has
And
been
you could come up too, young
come up.
man. Could you come up as well? Because we have questions. Come
She
on
has.
up.
She's got 9 rooms. 9 rooms, everybody. She's in the State Farm bill. It is gorgeous. Before she opened, I took a millionaire up in there. I told him, I said, we're not doing bad up in here in Gary, Indiana. And she can tell you what she has to offer because she's given some excellent deals for teachers and for people who are in the low zip code. That 46401 through 7.
Hello, everyone. My name is Khadija, and I'm the owner of Butterfly Touch Farm. We're located in Happy 69 off 169th Avenue. We offer massage therapy, holistic healing. We also have hairstyling there, beauty care services as well. We have been there since last year. We relocated from Maryville to get closer to our Micah community. To just tell you a little bit about myself, I grew up in Kansas City, Illinois, but after I graduated, I decided to move to Hammond, and I've been in Hammond, Indiana since, and also in Gary as well, living and also serving the community. We do give back give back events, and we also like donate services when we can. We have we have a membership program for individuals who are interested in taking charge of their self care and actually having scheduled appointments to actually take care of everything they need. So we have like with this join is $69.99 a month. You receive $100 voucher each month that you can use for any services that you like that are on our service menu. And also you receive 10% off additional services that you book. And we have a discount rate for the elderly. We have a flat rate. If you're over the age of 65, we just charge over $65 per hour. We also have veteran discount, which is 20% off for veterans. And then we have where we have like packages as well. So if you want to like buy a package for like services for like 10 services, it gives you like 20% off of each individual service. We have a finance skill pay card, which go based off your income and also your zip code. If you are on any like public assistance, such as Medicaid and anything like that, we offer that discount of 20% as well for the services. Like if you're not able to like take advantage of the membership at the time, you still can get that discount on your first visit. And we also do chair massages, so it's just a quick fix. You just need to stop in, get maybe 10, 15 minutes. That sometimes works, and it can really help. We charge $1 per minute for that. That's something that we do daily. I always recommend a phone ahead because we are usually booked. But if we are and we have the time available, we will take walk-ins um, based on availability. And so just to tell you a little bit about Butterfly Touch, I started massage therapy as a child pretty much. I started like massaging my mom's feet and just like massaging everybody in the house, and I was used to have to get my back massages to go to sleep. So it's just kind of something that grew on me as a child. And I always felt like it was something that comforted me and made me feel better. So I felt like when I got older, I wanted to do like more people and like make others feel better. So that's kind of how I got into massage therapy. Um, and yeah, I've just been doing it ever since. So yeah, thank you.
Let's give her a hand. Thank you, Butterfly Touch. Yes, and would you like to say a few words?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hi everybody, my name is Bobby Hannah, and I am owner of Mobile Massage Therapeutics, hence the name Mobile. So my services, I offer some range from therapeutic massage, which is my specialty, and I also relaxation massages like Swedish, but also do tissue sessions as well. I do chair massage. I also do the fire cupping as demonstrated. I also do cupping. I also do fire, sorry, hot stone therapy, and also do cold stone therapy. So a little bit about me. Born and raised in Gary, Indiana, and I've been doing massage for about 15 years now. When I first started, honestly, I did not know what I wanted to do in life, and it wasn't until I hit the age of 21 when I had my first child, and my child really changed my way of thinking and my direction in life. So I decided to go back to school, and I had an assessment test that they did in front of me from every college when they were still here. And they said that I can either be an electrician or I can be massage therapy. So pretty much, I put the templates together and I thought that massage therapy had more to offer. So I went with that hat just to see, what it is that it had to offer. And I've always been into a human body, even at a young age, maybe around like middle school, and how I actually came about appointing or being encouraged to do massage therapy was because I used to actually massage the female that I used to talk to. And they said, you got really good hands. Have you ever thought about going to massage before? I said, no. And then after I graduated, then, I just did a massage on my relatives and friends. They said the same thing. So I said, okay, so it got to be something else. Must be God saying, hey, this is how we do this for them. So right then and there, I knew that I was always in the service of people. And I always love giving back to those who can either afford it or who can't give themselves. So that's what made me get into massage therapy. So now I'm actually pursuing a Master's of Science degree in acupuncture and medicinal science medicine.
Wow.
I'm in my fourth year, and it hasn't been easy, but it's definitely been worth the journey so far. And the amount of knowledge and wealth that I obtained, I am proud and happy to share with everyone of what I'm learning and educating them along the way. That's what I'm about as a person. Um,
Go ahead, you finish. Go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
2 more minutes, we almost ended.
Okay. So, in closing, pretty much, I love being in the service of others. I love doing massage therapy. I love giving back to people, and I definitely want to give back to my city folks in the city of Gary. So, thank you.
Let's give him another hand. You know something? I got to say something that about the city of Gary. I went nonprofit in 2016 because I used to travel. I toured all the time. I just toured. And I had a business in Lake Station. But my own people, there was nothing holistically for everyone to get. We were doing the mayor, we were doing all types of entertainers out in Lake Station. That's where we were. So I already had one mobile unit. If you travel with certain therapists, certain entertainers, they didn't fly, so you weren't gonna fly. You were gonna be driving. Okay, so that's the way that went. But I purchased a bigger unit. City of Gary bought the idea. The unit is licensed, mobile. They gave me all the credentialing that I needed. Because to see that young man, I called him, and sometimes he was in school the other day while I called him for an 8 hour event. To see this man with a family go into something that he wants to bring to our community because we don't have it. I call him every chance that I can get when he's in school. And we're here for you. Me, I talk. Look, I talk. I would come to your job. I would come to any event, your church, and I bring therapists with me. And Bobby is generally with it, and she now provides all therapists. I don't have to do that aspect, but I go after the business. I set up events. We just did 8 hours. We worked so hard last week that, all of us is talking about quitting. This is Teachers Appreciation Month.
Don't quit. Don't quit. We need it. Let's give all of them a hand. And the reason why we wanted to be a little bit more detailed was because, again, recognition of mental health awareness, self care, if you all can agree, is so important.
It's
So
very
important for our mental, for our physical, and our overall wellness. So that ends our program. You all, please do not leave. We have refreshments. We're going to continue the celebration, as I indicated. You have 2 more weeks before we will be celebrating. You're going to be celebrating with us on Saturday, June 1st. Again, Saturday, June 1st at the beautiful Doolin Falls located in Chesterton. Edgewater is turning 50, and we have been so happy and honored to serve the communities throughout Northwest Indiana. I want to thank Dr. Danita Johnson Wood for her many, many, many years of leadership, having the vision to do everything that she has done throughout the years. And again, thank you for just being a part, your support of mind, body, and spirit. And we will see you next month.